This is Coop, live inside the den, no holds barred. I mean that.
Toast, cheers, Coop. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Live in the den, in my Big Rob voice. Rest in peace, Big Rob. We miss you, man. We know you shining down on us every episode, man. Definitely miss you. Wish you was here with the big laugh. We back on the go-go scene, man. Got my main man. I call him Backyard Coop. He always gonna be Backyard Coop for me, because when I met him, he was Backyard Band's manager. Now he's top 5 manager. But always been super cool with me when they would keep wanting to call me a promoter, but I ain't no promoter. I ran across Coop personally when I wanted to book a band. I got with Positive Black Men CEO Stan Richards one day. I said, hey man, I want to do a party with y'all, man. Will y'all let me do a party with y'all? I want to be with y'all. I want to be a positive black man. This was my pitch to Stan Richards, who didn't need me at all, because they stood on their own feet. They were the party gurus in the city. So Stan, for some reason, took a liking to me with the league. And he said, Miles, we're gonna let you do a party with us, because they wanted to know what could I bring to the table. I said, well, this is what I want to do. I want to do a party with Rare Essence and Backyard. I said, I want that. Can we do it in Virginia at the Grand Hyatt? Wasn't that the Grand Hyatt?
Yeah.
That's the Grand Hyatt out there? So Stan was like, R.E. and Stan had his picks when it came to their parties, especially at the hotels. You know, familiar faces, the bands that he didn't think were gonna cause any ruckus.
Right.
I wasn't thinking on that level. I was thinking, get in there, do this motherfucking party, get me some coins, and get out.
Right.
So me and Stan met about 3 different times. Stan, Rare Essence, and Backyard. I'm telling you. that's a hit.
Right.
He said, man, you know, Backyard, man, I said, Stan, you gotta go watch them play. Their crowd is 35, 40 years. These ain't no kids.
Right.
Talked them into it. We got the hotel, everything. That part of it was easy. The sale was selling Backyard to him.
Right.
Because he was scared of Backyard for the little, you know, he didn't want to fuck their rep up. Shit, I want to say that party. So I called Coop. I say, Backyard. I say, Coop, man, I got something brewing. He said, what's up, man? This is my first go-go. I said, man, Positive Black Man. I'm partners with them. Down the middle, y'all and R.E. I said, but you know y'all got to open. He said, shit. You sure? We worked the numbers out to go back to Stan. Man, I thought I was selling dope back then.
Right.
That's how fast them tickets, I mean, so Rob, that was with Positive Black Man, Rob was giving me 100 tickets a day, no exaggeration. And I said, man, first give me 500 tickets. He give me 500 tickets to put them in the urban wear joints. And I said, now I need some tickets while I'm in the streets, while I'm at the games. Tickets gone. I'm calling Rob, man, I need some more tickets. He said, you bullshit. I said, no, I'm not. I'm out of tickets, man. And these tickets was $50 at the time, back then. Man, I sold out of my hand about 600 tickets. That show had to do close to 2,000 people. And I was so motherfucking size. And Coop was always, that's when I knew he was about business, because it's hard to get them bands to play when they supposed to get on the stage. They all normally all over the goddamn place. And you got, I said, Billy, get Backyard on the stage. Billy went up there, Backyard to the stage, Coop right there. They got on that stage, man. I looked out over that motherfucking scenery, man. It was amazing, man. And G and them they were so psyched, because this was their first, I didn't know that, but this was their first time being, nobody took a chance on putting them in a hotel.
Yeah.
So that's when I run across Coop, and he was always always a good businessman, and we always did business. And the one time I needed a favor, I didn't want to ask for no favor because the show didn't do that swell. I think we was at where were we? In Lanham, the hotel. It was y'all in the RE, remember?
Yeah.
And for some reason that show didn't do swell. And Coop chopped my bill in half. I couldn't believe it. He chopped my bill in half, man, and when I was able to get back on my feet, doing different stuff, we was always square, man. It was always love, man, and
yes,
so I like good businessmen because that's what I try to be, good, fair, and Coop always been fair. So I appreciate you for coming on the show, Backyard. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We gonna talk about it, man. As the banner say, no holds barred. Wing gonna pretty much spearhead.
Oh, that's what.
Coop's interview because Wing was running with back, not running with back, but I'm just giving y'all my spiel, my experience with back and their manager at the time, Backyard Coop.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for inviting me. Never been down to Den. This is a place that I would love to just come to when I need a peace and quiet and watch the games. You know, great hospitality. Yeah, I appreciate it, man, and I'm ready. No holds barred.
Back to Coop, the Backyard. Was back your first band that you managed?
Yeah.
Talk about when Backyard. Cause I'm a JY for life. I'm a JY man. That's where I'm from. They was with the buckets, boom, 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 boom.
Not the only band.
Can I finish my question? I was a JY fan with the buckets, boom, 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 boom on the buckets. So then I hear, like I said, I left in '83, went to the military. That's when the other bands started coming. But I always knew that Big G said Bugs and JY were their inspiration to get started. Talk about how that good BYB came about.
Well, I'm from over my childhood. I'm from over Lincoln Road, Northeast, over there by McKinley Tech, and I moved to Uptown in like '84. And so all my elementary, junior high, I've been, over the Northeast side. So pretty much I got taste of Uptown, '84. I was always into music. I was always into putting little bands together. Like me and Chucky Thompson would always, I go down his basement, we'd just be, I'm listening to his beats, and he always knew I was active in bands, and we would even put bands together and go play at colleges. Like we went to Cheney University and played at their homecoming. It was wild because everybody just knew it was a bunch of musicians down there. And Chucky was like, rest in peace, Chuck.
Rest in peace, Chucky
Thompson. Yeah, bad man. So he was like my confidant. Like I always, I had to get clearances from what you think about this, what you think about that. So when I moved uptown, I always kept in touch with him because he was over on First Street too. He was on that side. And I would always be into music. So a couple of years uptown, I graduated from McKinley. And one morning, it was a block party. I lived off of 14th and Perry Place, right? And it was a block party on Home Mead. Home Mead is at the end of Perry Place. So this is like '87. So at that point, I'm assistant manager at CVS, People's Drug Then, and I'm hiring people, and I was just a part of just if you needed a job, come holler at me. So everybody knew I was already in a manager's position. So it's like one Saturday morning, I woke up late. It was a block party because you could hear the DJ outside my window, and it was a block party. And then I started hearing like a band. I hopped up quick because I love music. I love bands. I love, so I said, dang, that sounds like a band down. So when I turned the corner, a bunch of little boys on buckets. cranking hard. I was looking, so at the end of their set, because I was always wanted to help musicians, because I, being around Chucky, then I had a couple of other musicians, guy by the name Chris Wade, Philip Carroll. They was always my guys, that can play. And I said, hey, I wanna help this band, because they was emulating Junkyard, and they sounded like Junkyard. I didn't even know that their name was Backyard. So when I saw them, they had a young lady by the name of Gwen. Gwen was their manager.
Okay.
And Gwen worked at the Giant up the street, up on 14th Street. And I was like, hey, I'm into music. I can, I want to help. And so I went to a couple of the guys, and I was like, man, so she was like, sure. We practiced XYZ. I came to a practice. After the practice, I called Chucky. I said, Chuck, I got a little band down here cranking like a mug. You got to hear this. They sound like Junkyard. They call themselves Backyard. Mm-hmm. You got to hear this. So Chucky's like, bring them down the basement, Mo. I brought the whole band down the basement, and me and Chucky just listening. He was like,
they set up and played.
They set up their buckets, everything. They just came down Chucky, and they ain't know Chucky.
Okay.
They was just like, okay. And it was almost like a Barry Gordy type of sound. Like I just popped up, and I gave them my spiel. I don't know if they thought I was some major label, you know what I'm saying? So they was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I say, man, I got some guys that can probably help y'all. And in a couple of their practices, they used to practice in one of the Billy's. It was a guy named Billy that played the congos. He was practicing his backyard, and then they practiced anywhere they could practice, in the alley,
right.
Anybody backyard. It was just like, we found a spot, got new buckets. Practicing in somebody's living room. I went one time to somebody's living room. They in there, anywhere they could practice, man. And I was like, wow. So I took them down Chucky's basement, and they didn't really know who Chucky was, but and when I first saw them, Genghis wasn't there. So I was like, and they started talking about Genghis, and I was like, well, I guess he was on vacation or whatever,
right.
So I guess he heard that I was helping, and it kind of like grew. I'm the guy that's helping Gwen, and wherever they needed, the one thing I did emphasize to them. I said, I don't mind helping y'all, but to get out of people thinking y'all a Junkyard or just a copy of Junkyard, right. I don't mind the name, but let's just do real instruments. So I got them real instruments, and I didn't get them instruments.
Did Junk still have buckets?
Yeah, Junk still had buckets.
Okay.
I think the reason why one day I heard Heavy one tell Mo, we was down Safari Club, never forget it, and Junkyard played. Rest in peace, Heavy. And he came, he told Mo, man, I'm tired of these buckets. Everybody playing on these. I don't know if Mo remember that, but I remember it was like, Heavy was like, man, everybody playing on these real drum set. I want to get, so right. So I think that was the turn of that. But when I brought him down Chucky basement, Chucky said, yeah, I got to help you with them. I want help. So even though Chucky, before he went up to Bad Boy, before he went up New York, and this is why he was playing. He was playing with Chuck Brown, mm-hmm. And he was like, I used to have Chucky sit in the back with the keyboard players just to show them how to groove, and they learned. They picked it up. Chucky said, Mo, I'm a sit in, at shows on my off time,
right,
just to make sure we putting out the sound. So he taught him how to groove, man. He taught him how to groove. He taught him, and he got all that from Rasmus, Chuck Brown. He got all that, and he taught him how to count. It was like a real, instruction down there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they picked it up. They was already cranking.
Okay.
they picked it up, man, and it was amazing, man. Rest in peace to Black, you know, original band member, you know. Shout out to G Love, E Dub, Taiwan, you know, all the drummers before him, you know what I'm saying? Just Midget, you know, excuse me if I forget, you know, of course Hook, Gang, Rondell, you know, Bink, you know what I'm saying, Alvin, you know, it was so many intricate pieces to that when I first seen them, and I just appreciated that. I wasn't even trying to manage them. I was just trying to help them. I said, man, I want to help, but this is something different. I mean, when I say they was cranking, and then they'll play at the block party, and then say we going down, you know, we going down M Street to see Junkyard. So they go down M Street to see Junkyard, and they just admire Junk so bad, man. It was like, you know, they would emulate their steps. They go buy the little horns. I was like, man, all right, I don't mind helping, but let's just distinguish. Let's just say, okay, if Junkyard gonna do buckets, let's do real instruments.
Right.
Hey, we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
Quick. Hold on, man. We're gonna take a break right quick. We're gonna come back with Coop. Tell them what we doing then, Miles.
Live from the den with Backyard Coop.